In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the Kodak M35 camera. What it is, how to load it, how to unload it, the specs, the shooting experience. I'm going to share some sample images, and we'll talk about whether or not it's right for you. It's a lot of information, so I've included timestamps in the description, so if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can just skip ahead to the part that you want to see. So the Kodak M35 is another one of the current crop of all-plastic, compact, no-frills, fixed-focus 35mm cameras that includes the Ilford Sprite, the Double Film Show, the Kodak M38, and the Agfa Photo reusable camera, to name a few. Now, all of these cameras are extremely similar. They're all essentially reusable disposable cameras. The M35 is made by the Sino Promise Group under license from Eastman Kodak. It takes standard 24 by 36mm images. It's recommended to use 200 or 400 speed film. It's got a 1-element 31mm f10 lens, a shutter speed of 1/120th of a second, and focuses from 1 meter to infinity. It's got manual wind and rewind, its flash is powered by one AAA battery, and the whole thing only weighs 100 grams. Now we're going to load some film. We got some classic Kodak Gold 200. First thing is we're going to go ahead and pop the latch right here. And we're going to push this up. Drop our film right in here. And we're going to push this back down, make sure it's flush. There we go. Now this does not have any slot in the take-up spool over here, so you just have to thread these sprockets over this. And then there's little teeth here on the take-up spool. We got to make sure it catches those as well. So let's pull this over. And we're going to go ahead and wind this. Okay, we're caught here on the sprockets. That's just what we want. We're going to close it up, and remember to confirm that it's loaded correctly. Watch and make sure this turns. And snap off a shot. One more. And we're turning. Alright, now we're ready to shoot. Alright, before I share all the sample photos I took with the M35, I'm going to show you how to unload it with a video I recorded live at the Ohio State Fair from the trunk of my car. Alright, now we're ready to unload it. We're going to push our little rewind button on the bottom. We're going to go ahead, lift this little lever up, and start rewinding. Okay, I felt the tension release. Pop the back open. Pull this up. And now we're ready to develop. Now we're ready to take a look at all the sample images I took on Kodak Gold 200. Stick around after the images and I'll share a little bit more about the shooting experience, my overall impressions of the camera, and whether or not it might be right for you. I had a lot of fun shooting this thing. The M35 is super compact, it's very lightweight. I was able to keep it in my pocket between shots. Now, it's lightweight because it's all plastic. As far as the build quality is concerned, it doesn't feel as sturdy as the Agfa-Photo reusable camera, but it does feel sturdier than the Vivitar Ultra Wide and Slim. It's somewhere in between. It couldn't be simpler to use. You don't have to mess with aperture, shutter speed, focus. You literally point and shoot. Now, it's not an SLR, so what you see in the viewfinder is not going to be exactly what you get on film. The viewfinder gives you about a 70% view of what's going to be on your final image, so you do need to shoot accordingly. Parallax error wasn't that bad, and I was generally pretty pleased with the final compositions. The images are decidedly lo-fi, and for me, that's a good thing. I tend to like extremes in my photography, either fancy, high-resolution images like you get with the Pentax 6.7, or the complete opposite, grungy, lo-fi images you get with plastic craptastic cameras like the M35. The one-element plastic lens on the M35 guarantees you're going to get lo-fi results. The main reason I like the images from this camera better than what I got from the very similar Agfa camera is the vignetting. The images from the M35 remind me a lot of what I get with the Vivitar Ultra Wide and Slim, one of my all-time favorite compact cameras. At a 31mm focal length, the M35 is not as wide as the Vivitar Ultra Wide and Slim, which has a 22mm lens. So, is the Kodak M35 right for you? Well, maybe. Like anything else in life, it depends on what you're looking for and what your expectations are. If you're looking for high-resolution images with no distortion, the M35 is not for you. If you're looking for images that are tack sharp from edge to edge with no vignetting, well, keep looking. If you're into shallow depth of field, long exposures, or macro photography, you probably won't dig this camera. But if you like a lo-fi vibe, don't want to mess with a bunch of settings, and you want a brand new camera for under 25 bucks, this M35 might just be right up your alley. If you want to pick up the Kodak M35 for yourself, I've got an affiliate link for it in the description. And if you want to check out more cheap plastic cameras, click on one of the videos popping up on the screen now. Until next time, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film!